Hello, welcome back to Tofu Young's channel. Today I'm gonna restore or upgrade this Tamiya TL-01. I think it's LA chassis. I found this in my storage as well with the Kyosho Big Boss. This one is around 2002, and I have a video of me drifting it like back in 2002, and I even have a old school gyro and other electronics. I'm just pretty much just gonna upgrade the electronics and the wheels, the tires, and be done with it. I'm planning on using this as a drifter around the backyard, nothing crazy, since this is a really old chassis, and the bottom of the chassis is already cracked from before. So I did some plastic welding and some glue to it, and hopefully it will hold up. But I already have parts for it. And suspension, I mean, they're not the greatest, and there's a lot of surface rust on the axle, but which is okay. It's not a show car or anything. But I want to show you this box that I bought for $1.50 on AliExpress, and I just put all the new parts in it. The brushless setup, and this is like Chinese for 4370 kV, so it's not a very fast motor, but it will have enough torque for drifting. So I got the brushless setup, and I got the cheap, I mean not cheap, but just effective FlySky GT3 receiver, and I also have a servo for it. So those are everything I'm upgrading for this car. So let's do the motor first, put some of the parts away. Program card, I think this setup is around 20-30 bucks, Chinese special, nothing fancy, but I don't want to spend too much on this car since it's not really a good model, and it's not worth dumping a lot of money into it. I just want to spend like 40-50 bucks and I got another running car, which is decent to me. So receiver gone. Futaba, I don't remember using this. I don't even think I even have the Futaba transmitter. So a lot of corrosion on the screws, that powdery substance. So I'm sure many of you already know how to do this stuff, so I'm not gonna explain too much, but basically just removing the motor, and the electronics. Oops. Nothing too critical. Just remove this. It's pretty warm today in San Francisco. This week they have a heat advisory, so it's around 90 degrees here, going to be 90, and some other inland area they're in the hundreds. So pretty rare again. So I'm just gonna take all this off. The whole setup here. And toss this in the trash. So I'm gonna keep the gyro just for drifting. And then the servo. I don't remember if this chassis is easy to work on. I bought it back in 2002, so it has been a long time. Yeah, but I don't feel like taking the whole chassis apart. But before this, I already did some cleaning to it, so it's not as dusty. Well, this is like really old setup. Yeah, but I think now they have a lot of belt-driven chassis instead of what is this? Is this even four-wheel drive? Because there's no center drive shaft. Ooh, look at this. Some ancient dust in here. Back in 2002. Yeah, the thing is, now drifting is a lot more technical. Like people are really have fancy gear. I mean, I think this one, I actually ripped all the tires off because I had tape. Back then drifting wasn't even a big thing, so I just put packaging tape and just wrap it around the rubber tires, and they would just drift. And I put multiple layers. Whenever the top layer is worn off, then I just put more tape on it, and it works. Like you can power slide. Like I wouldn't call that like really drifting, but power sliding around tiles and hardwood floor it was totally fine. And there weren't that many options for like hard tires, for cheap at least, for the most part, if they were available. But I don't think they were most of the time. The online shopping wasn't a thing back then, so I forgot where I bought this car. I think it was at a local shop. I actually remember it was in a local shop, and I went there a couple times as a kid with my dad and tried to see if this is something I really want. And of course, my dad paid for it. I know that sounds pretty spoiled, but everyone has to do their part. If I got this, if he buy this for me, I have to do something for him. Get good grades, like a typical Asian. Behave, and which is not bad. There's always a trade-off. To get something you want, you gotta pay the price. So that was done. So I believe this is a rear-wheel drive, which is even better for drifting. I mean, nowadays a lot of cars are all-wheel drive, so it's pretty hard to find a rear-wheel drive to just do drifting on. And bada bing, bada boo, 2 screw holding on to the motor. I'm pretty sure this motor is perfectly fine. Don't even need to test it because it's Japanese, tried and true, probably 540 turn motor, or the size 540 or 580. The turn, I'm not so sure, but it will be good. Is this cut up? Nope. Still got some grease on it. Toss that as well. My dad used to save those and tell me that one day you might need it. But now the day has changed. The time has changed. When Amazon can deliver it the next day, there's no need to save anything. And hopefully I have direction for this, because I need to wire this. And it's not color coded. Trying to figure out which one is the positive. Not this paper. ESC motor, ABC. Okay. When in doubt, read the instruction. Perfect. Okay. Let's put this motor in first. 19. Trying to get the gear mesh ready. So the fitment looks good. Does it have to? Yeah, it does. So fitment wise, looks good. Mesh, I need to. This is 2 in, I believe. I have to slide it all the way out flush. If not, the other way around. The teeth on the top. And it looks okay to me. Let's do 19 again. Too low. Let's do this thing. Can't really see what I'm doing, so you're just gonna get a feel of it. I'm just gonna use my hand. Use my hand for now and kind of align the hole of the motor to the chassis. Okay, got one in. Let's do another one. It's getting warmer now. I can feel the heat in my room. I have a portable AC, but for a few days of heat, I don't want to take it out for my storage. So now I'm just trying to find the other hole. Just gotta feel it. Get a feel of it. Oh, it's in. The gear looks like meshing pretty well. Oh, never mind. This is actually all-wheel drive. Look at the drive shaft. Yeah, because I remember reading it as all-wheel drive. But that is fine too. All-wheel drive motor. Yep, looks good. Yeah, meshing the gears are always a problem because you might strip the gear if you're not careful. And then just trying to hand tighten this to the... All right, that went quite easily. Just putting everything back in. So what is going on with your life? Just chilling with RC. Right now it's middle of the day on a Wednesday. Tomorrow is July 4th, the Independence Day. Perfect time to spend time with the family or go shopping with the deals. So Independence Day, maybe they have some military discount. For military discount, I always ask. I mean, some people say you feel like you're different, that you deserve more because you served the military. I say no. I mean, if I was a student, I would always ask for student discount back then. After I got out of the military, and if you're a teacher or law enforcement, first response, sir, I mean, always ask for discount. It's one of those things that it's just your ego. Like, don't be ashamed to ask. If you don't ask, you're never gonna get the discount. And what is the worst thing gonna happen? They're just gonna say no. Or even then, most of the time, if they don't have military discount, they would just give me some other discount. And 10%. I mean, you're asking big corporation for discount. It's not like a small business owner for discount, because but a lot of times small business owner actually respect us more, and they will give us some kind of discount. And big corps, it's just up to that company. And if you ask them, it's not going to make a dent in their income for giving you like a 10% discount. Like their margin is like for whatever they're selling. So don't be ashamed. Always ask. 10% goes a long way. And I mean, I've saved thousands of dollars for asking for discount. I mean, even when I buy RCs online, I always ask. Like when I bought my Traxxas X-Max, you know, those things are like over $1,000. And because of I asking for a military discount and they offer it, and I save $100 because it was 10% discount. So $100, whatever I saved, I spend it on their website again. Because now, I mean, those money you were planning to use anyway, so I spend more money on their website as well. So it's not bad, you know, for them anyway. So everybody wins. So now I'm trying to install the ESC, but the old one they're a lot smaller, and this one is quite wide, so I cannot use the post anymore. I'm just gonna stick it on there with double-sided tape, and they did not give me any. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit with some rubbing alcohol, let it sit for a little bit, saturate the area, and just wipe. And it does quite a good job. You just have to do it probably like a couple times. Just make sure your surface is clean whenever you're applying adhesive. I tried it before. I tried to be lazy, like super glue, whatever it is. and when the surface is not clean, they're not bonding well, which is common sense. But sometimes you just want to like push it, just do a little bit less, and that will get you to do it twice. So do it once, do it right, or do it twice. That's the motto. Just to let you know, I'm not a professional or anything, just a hobbyist doing what is enough to get things going. I'm not trying to be a perfectionist here, and make sure I polish all the screws, make sure there are no corrosion and all that, but there's a time and place for things like that, and this car is not it. And that's what I need to understand a lot of times, that you spend so much time and effort on something, and sometimes it's just not worth it to make it that perfect. Just good enough. You get to bash it and just do some light, some fun out of it, and not so serious. And then that brought back some memories. Well, this morning my nephew is having a fever, and he has been staying with me for the last couple of days, and my dad was like, make him some eggs too, since I was making some. And I said, because I'm using a different pan, I cannot make another batch that fast. So you have to wait, or else it wouldn't be as good, since he wanted sunny side up. That means that yours with the crispy crust. So you gotta have some really hot pan to get the crispiness in, since I already made mine. And I said, well, we gotta wait. And my dad was like, it's okay, he's a kid, he wouldn't know the difference. I said, no, it's not him, it's about me. I need to make him the perfect sunny side up, even though he might not know the difference. And so I waited and make sure I got him the right sunny side up. And he said, yep, that was better than his mom cooking. Kanko is the best, which is true most of the time. Oh damn! I just remembered this kind of chassis. They don't have the right size for the battery, because back then they were smaller, and now they are a lot bigger for the LiPo one. So I have another ESC here. I mean the receiver transmitter. I'm just gonna put it around here. How can I put it here? Probably just better to do here. Do it later. So let's see. In 25 minutes, let's do a part 2. Come on. See ya.